Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Well, Mrs. Farmer, what brings you here?
Food.
That's what I thought. You know what? We talked about this show, and we talked about things that you like and that I like. I like certain things that you make, and there's certain things that go along with everything.
Right.
And we picked one thing tonight, the two special things that we really like.
That's right.
I love your...
Spinach pie.
Where'd you get that recipe?
It's actually, well, Spanakopita is what you call it if you're Greek. Grandmother used to make it. And I hope I remember everything she does. You seem to like it, so I hope I'm putting it together
I
like
don't
she
like
did.
it.
You love it? It's delicious.
And you know what? It's good with everything.
Yes, it is.
So we thought, okay, you picked one, I picked one. I thought, will they go with each other? I mean, like peas and carrots.
That's right.
So I started thinking, and I asked you, and your choice was?
I like your chili, your white chili. If you'll make that, it's delicious.
If I make it?
Yes.
Have you got $1?
I got $2 if you make a big pot.
Then I'll make a big pot.
Okay.
You know what? What do you like about it? What do you think about taste-wise?
I like the cilantro you put in it. That makes it very good.
You know what? That brings out the flavor of the beans. And a lot of people don't put celery in it. You don't have to, but I like celery and the white pepper. To me, the white pepper makes it. Now, a little bit goes a long way.
And the meat. I love the meat because you put like chicken or turkey. That's delicious.
Well, tonight, it's wild game inside and out.
Wow.
So we're going in for a little while, then we're going out. It's going to be a big night.
Okay.
Anyhow, without further ado, Mrs.
Will you assist me?
Well, certainly.
All right, because
that'll be an extra $1.
Okay. And this recipe.
You got $3?
I got $3. And this recipe is actually in our cookbook.
All right.
So I think it's on page 33, so people can get it from there, but this is delicious. So if you'll get me a burner going.
I'll get your burner going.
Now there's a lot of butter in this recipe, so it's very good for you.
That's why it's so good.
That's right. But we're just going to go ahead and I want to have you saute some onions for me. And this is like one onion, probably about a medium onion.
Okay, look at these onions. They're looking good. What now?
I have fresh organic spinach. You can use boxed, frozen if you want, but I just kind of like to saute it in the onions. I think it kind of will make it saute down and put it in a dish and cook it all down.
So just start putting
throwing it in there. Yes.
Let it wilt.
Let it wilt.
All right.
That's the word I'm looking for. Wilt. Let it wilt down as you stir it.
Let it wilt. Now you don't have to use organic. That's a life choice that we've made. People say, "Well, it costs so much." What's more important to me? I'm willing to pay a little bit more for organic, or to find out that it's been raised properly.
I know it's like a lot, but it's because it wilts down
really quick.
Because if you get a little box of frozen, it's a lot smaller.
You know what?
Does it smell good?
I could eat that right there.
And I like lots of spinach in it. You see how this big pot's disappearing?
Mm-hmm. Just keep it turning over on itself, the combination of the heat and the... Now, we're going to preheat our oven to...
350 degrees, and we're going to do it for about 45 minutes. We're going to let that cook.
This is something that tastes really light, but there's probably a few calories in there.
It's got some...
But you know what? Go ahead and give us a rundown of the ingredients, if you will.
Okay. And actually, after we do this, we're going to get that bowl that I have out here in front of us and put...
What is it?
The bowl.
It's a bowl?
How do you say it? How do you say it?
It's a bowl.
Bowl. Okay, a bowl.
Now, what'd you call it?
A bowl.
A bowl.
It's got a couple syllables. Anyways, we're going to put the spinach and onions back in there. We're going to add feta cheese, cottage cheese, an egg. It's wonderful.
I'm telling you what, this is good stuff. Is that enough?
That looks good. And you know what? Look how little that got. And that's perfect. Let's dump it in this bowl. You did a very good job.
Does it make you happy?
Yes, it does.
Are you still going to pay me about $3?
Yes, I will. Here, it's worth it. We'll get all that out of there. All right, and what we're making now is our filling for our spinach pie. And I have here 2 cups of feta cheese. That's the secret ingredient. Greeks love feta. So we're going to put that in there. And then I have 1 cup of cottage cheese.
College cheese.
College.
They used to say when I was a kid.
All right. An egg. An egg.
The whole egg.
Kind of brings it together. Yeah, we're just going to mix it up in there. A little bit of salt and pepper. I'm just going to mix this up. And that's going to be our filling.
Oh, it smells good already.
Smell good?
And using phyllo dough, which you make another one of my favorites with. What's another thing you
Baklava.
make? Have we made that?
Yes, we have actually.
Oh.
We've made that on the show. Now, I do need to melt a whole stick of butter.
You want to use it?
We can use that, yes, because it's all going together, so it can have this stuff on it.
No sense dirtying up the pan?
Because we're going to use this to brush between every layer.
I like one pan cooking.
I do too.
The next thing we're going to do, I think we can do everything in one pan. I like that.
Yeah, less dishes, right? All right, there's a stick of butter.
Is that it in? Mrs. Farmer.
Yes?
Your butter is melted.
Thank you. Now comes the fun part where we build it. It's a little bit of work, but this is phyllo dough. You can buy this in any store usually. It's usually by the pie crust and stuff. People like to, it's actually good to eat. It kind of like melts in your mouth. When we were little, we just eat it. And you want to let it thaw, because if it's frozen, it breaks up. And even if it does break, you can still use it. It's not, it kind of just comes together. But ours turned out really nice because we let it thaw. It's going to be perfect.
So you buy this in the frozen section.
You buy it in the frozen.
Very thin.
Yes. And see how they will
I cut that by hand Thursday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Put a little butter. You're going to be my butter guy. Just butter the bottom of this pan a little bit.
Brush it?
Yeah, just a little bit. And we are going to layer 10 sheets of this. You can see it's like paper thin, and it will stick. And if it breaks, I mean, you see how it is? You can kind of just pat it in.
Doesn't really matter if it breaks.
Nah, put a little butter on that. You can cut it if you want it perfect, but I'm not worried about
Butter
that.
every sheet?
A little bit of butter, yeah.
You know, this is one of those things that I've had that you've made a million times, but I've never watched you make it.
Here's 3, 4. We're going to count 10. And it doesn't have to be exactly 10. That's just kind of something I've always followed. All right, that's about 10. Let me put one more on here. Now here's olive. You don't have to do this, but I kind of, in between layers, I like to just put, why don't you knock a little olive oil in there for me. Brush it around kind of pretty.
Right.
And you see how it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. It all just, see how it bends over? Mm-hmm. It's perfect. Now we're going to take half of this mixture. Let's put about half of it in here.
It's making my mouth water.
It's delicious, isn't it? That looks like about half to you.
Yep.
All right. Let me smooth it in there. You know, the Greeks have some great recipes.
Gee.
I think. I always ate good. All right, let's go another 10 layers.
So how many layers you do here? You just keep doing this till you run out?
Yeah, no, we're going to pour the rest of this, and then we're
the
going to
rest of it.
We're going to
Okay,
put the
gotcha.
rest of it in now. Let's get all of it because it's good. And this is something if you go to a Greek restaurant, people order this as their main meal, even just a huge piece of this. More butter. Lots of butter. Load that up. We're getting to the end here.
Yeah, well, I'll
Want
give
to
you
pour
butter.
some?
You want
That's
some
a good
butter?
idea. You know, good idea.
I'll give you some butter.
Just tuck it in. Remember on baklava we cut? You don't need to cut this. This will just cook and you cut the squares. It's not like the baklava. You don't have to. All right? How's that look? Maybe put a little olive oil on the top of that. What do you think?
350 oven?
350, and we're going to give it
How long?
45 minutes, and we're going to pull it out and let it sit a minute, and then we're going to have wonderful spinach pie.
That ought to roll around about the same time as our chili gets done.
Perfect.
All right, here's the basics. Let's just run through it real quick. We have cumin, basil, chili powder, white pepper, black pepper, and we have some bouillon cubes just to give it that
Perfect.
good stocky taste. 28 ounces northern beans. I like those
Yum.
very much. 1.5 pounds. This is turkey in this case. We got some corn. Just got some canned or frozen corn because we ate all our good stuff.
That's right.
Cilantro, onion, and garlic.
Yum.
And that's pretty much where we're going. And chicken broth.
And some celery.
And some celery and jalapenos and sugar.
Oh, wow.
All right, now the great thing is we got one pan we're going to dirty up.
I like that.
That I'll have to wash later.
Yeah, whatever. So one pan for me to wash. Uh-huh.
But that's better than 2 or 3.
Did you have to use all these bowls?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
that's a nice way
it
to
is nice.
display
It is nice. I don't mind washing
Haven't you
them.
seen like the...
I love it. I can't wait to wash them.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. Okay, this recipe starts a lot like your recipe.
Okay. Butter.
A lot of our recipes start like Go ahead and plop that in there. Now you could use oil. I would recommend less than this, but we really like our butter.
Yes, we do.
Now if you don't mind, take a nice big yellow sweet onion. Let's cut that up. Now we're also going to take our celery. Just a little bit of celery. To me adds a lot.
And how do you want these? Like just little pieces?
Yeah, little squares. But what a nice flavor that imparts. I'm pressing the garlic in here. Are you impressed?
I'm crying over here. I'm so happy.
Oh, I'm happy with you. So we're getting all our onions. Now that's a whole onion. All right, go ahead and pop them in there.
All of them?
Yeah, those are pretty good sized jalapenos. That's enough. Let's
All right.
use that. I think you're scared, aren't you?
I am scared.
You don't want it that hot. Now at this point, we're going to take half of our beans and we're just going to mash them up a little bit.
Mash them?
Mash them up a little bit. That way you get that good soupy deal going. Now you can put these in a food processor if you'd like, but I need the exercise. Now again, you can use chicken on this, you can use anything you want. It's up to you. I'm just going to mash that first half of beans in there up. It's about 14 ounces. What do you think, Mrs. Farmer?
I'm liking watching you. Usually I come home from work and you have this made for me. So this is kind of nice watching you make it. Yeah.
Some of our favorite recipes. I wonder if that's part of it. Because if you don't make it yourself, maybe it's
You like it better?
Now, look what we've got. We've got our mashed beans in our bowl.
Okay.
And our pie. Our pie is in the oven
Smells like it's
behind
good.
us.
Uh-huh.
We got all this wonderful stuff going. You ready for the next step?
I am ready. What do we do?
All right. Now I'm going to take my already mashed beans.
Okay.
I'm going to put those in there. 1 bowl of beans, about 14 ounces, if you want to do it from a can. I'm going to take, I don't know, let's go ahead and put a cup in there.
Okay.
All right, that is our chicken stock.
Okay.
Now, we got a pretty good base right there. And you know, that smells good as spinach pie.
Pie? Or pie. It's paella. It's 3 syllables.
Paella?
Yeah.
I think we're lightheaded from no food. All right, now I'm coming back with our spices.
All right.
First, the cumin, the basil, chili powder, white pepper, dash of black pepper, just to add a good stocky bouillon flavor. A bouillon cube. I will go ahead and break that up in there, smash it. Let's do 2.
All right.
Just to give it that rich flavor. From there, we're going to put our corn.
Love corn.
Then we're going to take the whole beans.
Okay.
Now you could go ahead and cook this down, but really, I want all my beans done. So go ahead and put those beans in there.
Yeah.
And the great thing about this is it's only going to take 25 to 30 minutes to get everything cooked down because everything's already cooked.
Now when does the meat go in? You wait?
That's coming up here very shortly.
Okay.
Now it's starting to look like what
That
we
looks
talked
good.
about.
That looks delicious.
All right, now we're going to come back with some more. This will thicken up as we move along. Now at this point, we'll take some turkey, put that up in the size I desire.
Okay. Doesn't really matter,
not
does it?
huge chunks, but you know, you want to get it on a spoon. Let's go pound and a half here.
Yeah, we like a lot of
mine
meat.
thick. Now this will thicken up, and some people like it with a little brothy, thing going on. I like my stuff thick. Would you cut me up some of those cilantro chops?
Sure will.
And we're going to do about a 1/4 cup of that. You know what? If you want to, go ahead and drop that in there. That
Really?
way
Yeah.
you can start releasing its flavor.
Oh, I like that. It smells so good.
Looky there.
And how long must we wait?
You know, the thing is, we've cooked everything. We don't have to worry about the meat cooking. We don't have to worry about the beans cooking. We usually don't eat a whole pot, but you know what happens.
The longer it sits in the fridge, I think the better it gets.
Oh, yeah.
My stomach's growling.
I'm going to get a low boil going on here. A little simmer.
And I'll clean up our mess.
And we're going to come back. You want some more turkey in there?
Put it all in there, don't you think?
You think?
Yeah.
That doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. We probably should just look at it.
Man, oh man, oh man. Now here's a lot of, we take these chips and we dip it. Once it gets down, it's mostly solid. Mm-hmm. Some people break it up in it. Some people put it out on take the drier parts of this out, put it on a tortilla shell, roll it up and eat it. Oh my. Would you please cut me a slice of that?
I will.
I can't stare at it much longer. What did we try first?
I don't know. I'm going to try this because this is what you made
I am
me.
too, because that's smoking pretty bad over there. That's pretty hot.
That's delicious.
Oh my goodness. Now in a minute, I'm just going to mix this all up.
You did a
and
good
dive
job.
in. But the flavor.
Delicious. Delicious. I'm going to eat it for days.
Wow.
Want to try some pie?
I smashed it.
Oh, I love it.
You can see, just out of the oven.
What do you think? Delicious.
If you've ever had like a really good spinach dip, it's hard to
way.
explain. If you've never had this, and most people probably have, but it's so easy to fix. And so look at that wonderful goodness in there. It's all melted
Cheesy
together
pastry,
with onions.
nice spicy soup.
And you know what? You can cut little at portions out and have it, at a party.
Like an
Or you
appetizer.
could have it for dinner.
Or we could eat the whole thing right now.
That might be your best bet.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Now, if we only had something sweet.
I was talking to my buddy Bama the other day on the phone. He said, Farmer, he said, have you ever heard of this? I'm like, I've never heard of this
What is it?
before.
What is it?
I brought it up here.
Okay.
It's in the cold cooler, and it takes about, no time at all to put together.
Okay.
This is common in the South. All right, let's take one more bite and then I'll show you. I know, it seems strange.
This is odd items, but
I consider myself from the South, but Bama is from the deeper South.
Yeah.
He's from Alabama. He acts like everywhere you go, it's just everywhere
Really?
down there. Now, you know what?
I love all these separate.
I love all of them separate. Now, the whole thought process is boggling my mind, but I like strange things.
Yeah.
But to him, he said it wasn't strange. Bought this special so we could do a nice and easy little decoration on top. This is just regular mayonnaise.
So mayonnaise on a pear.
A dollop.
Really?
I know.
They're going to look cute, actually.
Then guess what?
What's next?
Cheese.
Okay.
I'm using Colby Jack just to change it up a bit. Get a nice
Can
color.
we help you? And this is dessert or is this like an appetizer? What is this?
Well, to me, it's like the best of both worlds. Now, remember we had the banana croquettes, which was kind of a very regional thing down in that part of the state? Hey, let me tell you what.
They're cute.
You know, I'm going to find Lil and stick the whole daggone thing in my mouth.
I'm going to have to take a bite. This one's pretty right here. Can I take that one? That is interesting. I like that. That is really good. Because you got sweet, you got the mayonnaise, you got cheese.
Isn't that something? Who knew?
Delicious.
Baba knew.
He's a good cook.
All right. I love being in the cabin, but I also love being outside. We're going outside in a minute. Remember to check out our Facebook page, Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen Facebook page. Like it, and also go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com. I've been inside all I can be inside. It's time to go outside. You got your cowboy hat handy?
I got my cowboy
hat.
hat.
Cooking is coming up. You don't want to go away.